Okay, so that was the foregrip and barrel assembly of the gun. Then move on to the receiver. This whole part, this whole gunmetal gray part from here to here is all metal. This is, I guess, die-cast aluminum. This gun's pretty heavy. Yeah, it's aluminum. I think it's die-cast. I'm gonna get the bolt out of the way. The fake bolt is steel, surprisingly. I thought it was aluminum. The charging handle is the same die-cast as the rest. Wait a minute. No, that's steel. It's the same color as the rest of the gun. Hold on, the wind's picking up. I gotta do something. Okay. So it's the same color metal as the rest of the gun. This gun is colors of silver or chrome, gunmetal gray, this darker gray, and then the flat black on the rest of the gun. So realistically, the bolt should be located here in this chambers, or it should go back to here at least, and then expose the inside of the gun so that shells can come out. It can be pulled to about here, and it exposes your hop up. It's a wheel die like an M4. This piece of metal is actually pretty thin, and it might move around a bit. I was thinking about modifying this so that the bolt actually moves all the way back, cutting out the back piece, moving the bolt forward, and it could cock back more. But that might ruin the gun, so I'm gonna leave it alone. So look at that rail, and here are the sights of the weapon. I actually have footage of the iron sights, so I'll just play that over this. But it's adjustable like this, slightly elevated, and then the other one is a little lower. There's no size differences in the holes. It's just how high the rear side is. I recommend taking a Dremel through this hole, making it bigger, but I prefer to use the raised one. It's got these screws. This screw is actually painted, and it kind of looks like it molded with the other paint, so don't mess up that paint job. There's like a little metal plate in there. I guess it's spring loaded, and it keeps the sights where they should be. You can actually see a spring inside there, I think. So these are really cool looking sights. They're pretty unique. Really cool. They're nice to aim with, fairly accurate. Let's take a look at the other side of the receiver. Some scratches. I was actually going to repaint this. I was so disappointed about those scratches, but they're okay. I don't mind anymore. I put this sticker on there from a hat because if you ever seen the A&K Masada, how it has the holographic sticker, I kind of did that to this gun just cause I never really took it off. Just wanted to give it that look. Okay, back to the other side of the gun. This is the magazine release button. Now this is a horrible place to put it. The right place is here, ambidextrous, but this is actually just the plastic molding of the button, and it doesn't move. I'll put in a clip of how I took it out and how I usually do it. See, here's where your finger is. Safety, really easy to access. I'll go over that. But you can't reach this button. If you had a long middle finger like me, you could probably press it. Otherwise, I suggest holding it like this in your left hand and then taking out the mag. I'll do a demo. Alright, so I'm using the plastic mid cap. Now, one way to get this out is to reach like this and hit it and pull it out. Another way to do this is to hold it with your left hand on this part of the gun and then like this. Easy to reload. Alright, so back to the receiver. The button is a really good button. It feels pretty good to press. It works really well. This mag well, I better get a mag. Metal mag for demonstration. Is one of the tightest mag wells I've ever seen. Like, it's not like the mag can't come out. It's like the mag will not wobble. It's really tight. I mean, in terms of wobble. I'll show a mid cap plastic mag. So here's a mid cap. Look at that. It's actually not moving at all. Super good mag well. So I had the combat machine. Actually, The reason I didn't have the box in this review is because I shipped the combat machine in that box. My combat machine had really loose magwell. This magwell is insanely good. I mean, this is great. Like I mentioned, you have to do the F2000 mod. You can take a look at that. You have to do the F2000 mod in order to get mid caps to fit in this gun. Other than that, it's really good. See, there's where the mag catches. So that is the magwell. All the little parts like this, the Allen keys, are actually fake. This is truly a very awesome gun. I mean, I just love this gun. Forever gun. Alright. So here are all your controls, conveniently located really close to your fingers. So, like a shotgun, this is kind of like the M10 14, which is by Beretta. So, same design. You'll probably recognize the design on this part back of the gun. It's just like the M10 14. Use your trigger, easily access your safety, which is a button safety. Other side, on, safety, off. So you know when your safety's off, if you can, you know, move your finger right here and you don't feel any buttons, and then you can pull. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I was actually wrong, because I'm using my left hand right now. Yeah, so with your right hand you press the button like this and it is on fire or safe. I'm using my left hand, so I'm really confused. And you can pull the trigger. The trigger is actually a pretty thick trigger. It's all metal and it's got a long trigger pull. It feels really nice. You don't feel any clicks or bumps or anything in there. It's just a smooth trigger pull. And yeah, trigger is metal. It's got that gunmetal gray color. It's got that metal color, and it's got nice looking scratches. Looks like a real gun kind of scratch, where the paint wears off in all the right places. Not too much paint wearing off, you know, just like around in a circle. Good wear on this gun, makes it look pretty real. So like I said, the safety's pretty easy to reach, and then if you have a long finger again, you can go from semi to full. This is the semi to full. On the real gun, this is actually the bolt release. See, it says full. Full means you push up for full auto, and then if I can get you to see this, semi, you push down for semi. That is metal, and it's black paint, but it looks scratched in all the right places. It looks worn in all the right places, just like a real gun, so it's pretty neat. And I think there's another bolt release here. Wait, no, forget I said that. This is held in place by ball and spring, and that's how it moves, ball and spring. Same with this, ball and spring. It's all really good. I think it's die cast. Let me get out the magnet again. Yeah, that's all die cast aluminum or aluminum. Now, this is obviously, all the metal parts in this gun are obviously stronger than pot metal on VTEX and stuff like that. This is strong metal, it's really good. The stock, the seam here, comes off with removal of these two screws, and then the removal of the stock. This is all really good, comfortable feeling, really nice. See that groove right there? Really, really comfortable to hold. You know, there's a pinky stop right there, so you don't slide off the gun. Neat marks in the pistol grip, texturing. I mean, this is just an amazing, awesome gun. The bottom has a plate on it. You can see your motor in here. Unscrew this screw and this flap comes off. Sometimes a BB might get in the back. You unscrew this and let the BB fall out. That rarely happens. You don't really gotta worry about that one. This is metal. There's a pretty big seam here, but that helps in disassembly, so it's okay. And here we got the stock. Big button, just like on the shotgun. Press that button and pull it back. You're in your first position. Second position. Third position, fully extended. It's this is steel, just like the barrel, same steel. It's got the notches there, and it doesn't wobble. I mean, I've heard people say this wobbles like crazy, but that's not true. Yeah, it's pretty windy today, but I'm gonna continue with the review. Hopefully, I can put some denoisers on this. Now the stock is ABS, and the thing to note, you can't really aim with the stock fully collapsed. You're gonna get a sight picture like this. You can't aim all the way down. I managed to do it with the first, second, and third positions. Extended, I can aim slightly with the first position, but just recommend you fully extend the stock. This is a pretty steady shooting platform. It's alright. Now there is a sling mount on the back of the gun, on the bottom of the stock. Key ring. You can slide a sling through this, but it's a pretty small hole, so I put a key ring on there. And it's a really heavy gun, so I thought I saw some plastic kind of getting messed up in there. But this is a okay support, but I definitely recommend putting a sling, wrapping it around the body somewhere. This whole part from here is all rubber, and it actually smells pretty nice. I mean, when I first got this gun, I noticed how it smells, and it smells like, I guess, a Goodyear tire, but it's a nice smell. Like, sometimes I just like to sniff the stock because it smells pretty good. As weird as that may sound, but this gun's got good smells out of the box. Usually people don't talk about that new gun smell, but this sort of has a new gun smell. Okay, so I went over a lot. If I missed anything, there'll probably be annotations or subtitles if I missed anything, but I doubt it because I went over a lot of stuff on this gun. I'm gonna go over build quality. Kind of missed that. Of course, the barrel and the stock piece that holding it on is steel, so they're really good parts and they're gonna stay steady. The trigger, selector switch, safety, magazine release button, the sights are all this die cast aluminum or aluminum. I don't know what they are really, but they're good. The barrel nut is aluminum. The upper rail is aluminum. So are the side rails. The bottom rail is plastic, molded in with that tri-rail part. The body of the rifle, like the body from the magwell area to the pistol grip, is really solid. It's just one piece pretty much, even though it can be split and all that stuff. Really solid. The fake bolt is a little rattly. I mean, it doesn't rattle when you're using it, but if you were to grab the bolt and kind of move it up and down a bit, you'll notice that it kind of moves, but it's spring loaded and it's pretty good. I mean, it's alright. Now, when I got this gun, it had a pretty high rate of fire. Decent FPS. I mean, it cut through cans, cut through cardboard, all that stuff with ease. Now, actually, the spring wore out because it got anti-lockup and because of a low battery, and I didn't bother to take it apart. To take this gun apart is a real bitch. It takes at least 1 hour to do every time. I've taken this gun apart maybe at least 20 times. Not even kidding, I'm taking it apart that many times, and it takes a long time to do. And sometimes when you put it back together, it's not the same as it was before. This build, I finally got it right. Sometimes it might only shoot full auto. This time when I put it back together, it shoots semi again, so I think that's the case with the FN right now. Only shooting full auto. Well, I'm gonna go. There's some golfer thing coming here. Okay, so that guy cutting the grass is kind of far away now, so there's still a lot of wind, but this might be a little noisy review. Anyway, this is kind of a bulky gun. I mean, it looks streamlined right now. It's pretty streamlined, and it's really nice. More streamlined than an M4, less stuff poking out. But it's still bulky, like from the top. Let me show you. I'm not sure you saw that, but it's a decently bulky gun. It's nothing to complain about. It's not nearly as bulky as the F2000. I'm not complaining, but it's decently streamlined. It's actually the same length as an M4 with the stock collapsed. I actually thought this was longer, but in the Arsenal video, I noticed that they were standing next to each other, and the barrels were at the same exact point. So this is about as long as an M4. The trigger is in the same spot as an M4. Stock's collapsed. And the barrel may look kind of tiny, but remember the barrel goes all the way to the silver part, or the gunmetal gray part, so it's decently long. And yeah, so I'm going to keep going over what I did to it. It's got the stock brass barrel in it, but I did put a Mabel Type Black Python inner barrel extended. So there's some footage of that shooting. It makes the gun sound different and actually makes it sound like it's shooting slower. When I did the Airsoft video, I started out with the Chinese battery and I ended it off with the LiPo. So the LiPo made it shoot a lot better, a lot faster. There's gonna be footage of that. About after 2 or 3 years, I think, the piston exploded, or didn't explode. The screw came loose and the piston head came off and shattered and all this bad stuff happened. I replaced it with a Tokyo Marui piston that I got from Birch G3A3 that broke. So I took some parts out of that. I took parts from that, some gears. I took gears from my combat machine, and I used those gears to replace the gears in this gun. The gears in this gun were fine, except for the biggest gear. I don't remember the name, but the biggest gear was scratching the gearbox shell, and part of it was coming off. So I replaced those gears, and replacing those gears actually made it shoot slower, since my combat machine already shot pretty slow. So it shoots a little slower now. I mean, LiPo still makes it shoot fast. It'd probably rip if they had the original gears in it with the LiPo, but those gears, they were steel. This gun has steel gears, but I still don't think it's a good idea to run a LiPo in this gun stock. The only thing I'm going to do to it is a new motor and Dean's plugs, since my LiPo that came with the FN is already converted to Dean's. And that's the internals. Now to take this gun apart is a long process. Wait for the wind to die down. To take this gun apart is a long, pain in the ass process. The barrel nut comes off, the foregrip comes off, push out a pin, the top receiver comes off, then comes the hard part. Well, no, you got to take off the screws, and then the stock comes off, and the pistol grip comes off. But then comes the really, really hard part. You got to actually split the body in half. So you got to get screws in there, split it in half. It's got pins holding it into each part of the gun, so you got to split it in half, and then like on the on these things, it's all held in place, or it's all moving by the selector switch and the safety by spring and ball system. So you got to save those parts. They're really small and you can't lose them, otherwise you're pretty much done for. Gotta buy a new gun, or maybe find replacement parts, which I doubt. And from there, you should get the gearbox out. And it's a version 7, kind of like a M14 version 7 gearbox. I don't know if it's compatible with other version 7 parts, because I bought a cylinder head and it didn't fit, so that sucked. I might be running the G3 spring in here. I don't know. It's a spring where the top is like this and it attaches to a metal part inside the piston to stay on top, or to stay connected to the piston. I have a G&G spring which came with the an extra spring which came with the F2000, which I might put in here. It's not compatible, but it should work, and it's gonna bump up that that FPS, since this spring is pretty worn out. It's actually really worn out. A whole month compressed really destroys the spring. So this is my favorite gun. I mean, it's the most unique gun I could find. I mean, hardly anybody has this gun. It's pretty rare. I mean, it's not rare, but it's pretty unique compared to M4s and AKs and stuff like that. Even the F2000, this is more unique than that. So I've had this gun for a long time. It's my favorite gun, I would say. I mean, maybe my favorite gun is a 1911, but still, this is a really cool, really unique gun, and I really like it. The wind's really kicking my ass today, but I made a full shooting video of this gun, so that's out. There's gonna be some clips in it here, so if it looks interesting, there'll be links to watch the full video. This was also my Splintercell loadout video, but now that I have the suppressed FN2000, a little sneak peek is that it has a suppressor on it now. I got the flash hider off, and I put the scope on it, so there's that. But I can't really put a suppressor on this gun yet because the threads are stripped, so I gotta take it to this guy who could strip it for me, and that guy takes forever to do anything, so I don't know about that. But it's a clone of Tokamuri gearboxes, so the hop up and the barrels and the gearbox, most of it is Tokamuri compatible, which is good. That plastic mid cap feeds well, and just the FN2000 mod. The F2000 mod, as you can see, I did it to all my mags that I bought. Is required to do this gun. Yeah, so this is my favorite AEG. I mean, my favorite rifle. I mean, I really like the F2000 right now. But would I recommend getting this gun? Yes, I would. But at the same time, I would like it to stay unique. I don't want everyone watching this video to go buy it. I mean, that's pretty selfish of me, but still, it's pretty unique. I mean, you want to buy it. But to me, it's really unique, and that's why I bought it. And this has been the review of the JLS Beretta RX-4 Storm Hurricane Battle Rifle, for short JLS Beretta, real life RX-4 Storm by Beretta. And it's a really, really cool gun, super unique, looks awesome. And there's gonna be more videos on this coming, definitely. And stick around for some MP7 hopefully, and F2000 action video.